And we are live on Twitch again.
We did
for
it.
the second time in one night.
We made it.
Whoa.
Hope you guys enjoyed those clips. Hopefully it worked. It seemed to work.
Just been
Worked
silent.
on my end.
Been silent for the last 15 minutes.
Oh, no.
That would I once streamed for 2 hours straight with no audio.
Oh. No one said anything?
No, it was back when I used to stream Call of Duty and literally no one knew who I was or cared because everybody and their mom was streaming Call of Duty.
Right.
And that was like, it probably would have been 2012, 2013 probably.
Right.
Yeah, the before times. So what happened since last week? Anything happen?
Yeah, who's got a fun story of their past week?
You had chicken?
I also had some chicken.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yep.
Anybody else? Chicken?
I had tacos for dinner.
Thank you.
I made them myself.
Hopefully not chalupas.
Nice.
No, not chalupas.
No.
No. Not a single chalupa was made or ate.
Good.
Good.
Well, does anybody want to give us a recap from the last week's episode?
Let's see.
We pissed
I'll
you
do it.
off.
So last week we woke up on Saturday morning, did our normal Saturday morning things, and then met up at headquarters where we decided Alpha 5 yelled at us for sleeping. And then we went to Maya Lopez's house to investigate her house to see if we could find anything. There's a whole thing with some black cars with some
I'm glad you said car
guards.
after that.
Oh, no.
There may have been a broken phone at one point. Bradward got inside of the house, found a laptop or a computer that he logged onto, and found something about, I forgot what it was, Aegis Core something.
Yeah,
Something like
Is that what it's called? Something about Aegis Core.
a encrypted message about Project
That's what it was.
Aegis.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And he got out by teleporting because he couldn't he couldn't get out the normal way. And then we eventually met him back at headquarters. And did we decide what we were doing? Zordon told us everything he knew about Project Aegis.
Yes.
Which was a lot of info. And then that's when we got CU'd to next week.
Wow. A perfect recap.
Definitely didn't miss a single thing.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I got yelled at by some old lady.
Yeah. Well, not yelled at, but more like talked to.
Same thing.
She offered you lemonade, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. I refused. Because it's just your pee.
Probably
I
a
bet.
good call.
Where does that leave us off? What's the plan? Take us to that first scene of this episode of Power Rangers.
Oh, man. So, this Project Aegis, if I remember correctly, protects parts of the city. And it seems that Maya's mom is a project lead of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Is that we got that information?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if the other kids are their parents also project leads.
Possibly.
But why take the kids and not the project leads themselves is my question.
Oh, hostages.
Yeah, but there has been no talk of like a ransom being put out or anything like that. I'm not sure. Or I guess so. Since the security is so heavy at this house, I can't imagine what the security is like actually at Emergren, right?
Right.
It'll be even higher. You have to imagine.
Yeah.
Well,
we could use our surveillance stuff.
I guess. It'll be a little bit. I imagine this place is because Zordon did mention that they are now very wealthy.
right.
This place is like, has gates really far away from the actual building itself.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Bradward's thinking, so if you're right about that suspicion, Ricky, about the other parents maybe being members of the staff too, maybe we should all split up and just go scope out the houses of all the kids, missing people's place, and see if they're also surrounded with the Imogen security guys right now. Because then we would know that maybe something bigger is going on and it's involving everyone. And that would be a clue as to if their parents are also project leads or working on this project. And it might not also be a bad idea to go check out and make sure that these protective domes or shields are still active over the town.
I'm assuming we do not have these addresses. Did we only grabbed the one address, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we would have to go back to no, they're not all from the high school, though.
The only other person we know about Emergren is Mr. Franco, who's a teacher.
Professor.
And
yeah.
And also worked for Emergren Tech.
He worked there and was a teacher?
Yeah, and his daughter Luca is one of the
professor?
people that are missing.
Right.
Yeah.
So we know that he works for them. And what about the third
he's
person?
probably in a similar situation as
Probably.
this mother.
Do you think that the professor would be like teaching? Well, it's Saturday. Well, there's Saturday classes. I'm just not sure if like maybe not going to his house, but maybe like going to his office or something to try and talk to him.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Kimmy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine that they have a bunch of security at the school.
I mean, they might have campus security.
Well, but that's
not
campus security.
Yeah, we can just follow Mr. Jams and be like, I'm just showing them off to see if they want to go here.
You're a high school teacher, though. Mr. Jams does not just get free reign to go into any college and be like, I'm showing kids around.
If you just act like you're doing things, you can just do whatever you want. That's how it works, right?
As the de facto god of this universe, that is not right.
I don't know. Maybe Ricky's onto something. What if we all put on orange vests and carry an extension ladder around with us?
Yeah, there we go. We got it. See, the ball's rolling, guys. We got this. I guess we could. I would assume we could call the campus itself and be like, can I get connected to Professor blah 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 and see if they're in the office, and then we don't have to worry about going there and finding out he's not there.
Could also maybe try and call Mrs. Lopez again, since it's a new day.
She's on the phone and not getting off of the phone, so it would be busy.
All right.
So you get in contact with the college that you guys were at earlier today, which was the Angel...
It was yesterday.
Angel Grove. Yes, yesterday. Angel Grove...
Community College or something?
Yeah, I forget what the acronym was. But you call, get patched through to his office, and the secretary for that section of the school notifies you that he's out with a personal emergency. Probably won't be in for a couple days.
Maybe the missing kid.
Well, sometimes people want to work.
It's a University of California, Angel Grove.
That sounds right. UCAG.
Okay.
We could check his office.
Well,
still. Just saying.
You get a vibe from the universe that's a horrible idea.
Okay. All right. We aren't going to do that because the vibe is off.
So Bradward kind of looks down for a minute and he looks up, guys, I think it's morphin time. I think we just need to go in as Rangers and see what's going on at Imogen.
Ooh.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
well, no.
It seems like that's...
I think Emergren is not the bad people.
No, but that's probably where they were going to get the answers. Unless you have another lead of finding out who's blackmailing all these people, because that seems pretty obvious of what's going on, Ricky.
Right. My question is how do normal human people react to Power Rangers? I can't remember from the show.
I think the general public is like pretty accepting of the Power Rangers. Like it's not like a fear thing.
Yeah.
But also there's this very important Power Ranger directive that I feel like I should remind you guys.
Yes.
That you're never supposed to escalate a battle unless the enemy forces you to.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan of let's just go in as Power Rangers and knock some heads feels like it directly goes against that rule.
To be fair, Bradward's idea wasn't knock heads. It was, I think we would have more clout and authority as Power Rangers than 3 high school students and a teacher would if we were telling these immigrant tech people that, hey, we're here to help. We know something's going on. And what can you tell us we might be able to help solve this problem? Versus, let's go in and knock heads. That was Bradward's kind of intent.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, yeah.
I don't want to railroad you guys and tell you can't do that, but that's also not a great idea.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What about, we could maybe try the professor's house and see if he also has security.
Also have black cars, yeah.
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 Just do what we were saying.
All right.
Well, we don't know the address.
I mean, he's a professor at the college. There's got to be
if we have his
straightforward way of getting it.
If we can find his phone number and name, we can basically find where he lives.
I mean, you guys are at the command center. There are, tons of technologies here. I'm sure you could remote hack into, the college database to get some
That's true.
Some teacher information.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works.
All right, Ricky, you're the tech expert.
Yeah, I do tech stuff to get this address.
Give me a technology skill test. With a edge, because you're using the command center consoles.
Edge just increases the die?
Yes.
From D6 to D8, I assume.
It increases it the next level. Next die level. So.
Yeah, okay. 17?
Yeah, you're able to retrieve the information for the professor. And...
I rolled a 1 on my skill die.
And you're able to acquire an address for this professor.
Is the command center high tech enough to get live video feed? Doubt it, but it's worth a try.
From the house?
Of the house. Like a Google Maps. I would assume the answer is no, but you tell me.
I'm gonna say to a degree, yes. But as you are like scrolling through various camera feeds that you're able to go through, like I would say like you're able to connect to with your skill test, you were able to connect to like Ring doorbell cams in the area, like nearby security cameras. But you're not able to get like a direct view of the house itself. You feel like there's a lot of security pushing back on your ability to tap in to the house directly. So you're not able to get a good view of like the inside of the house or like a direct view of the house in general.
What about the street? Is the street like full of black vehicles and?
I would say that you are having a hard time getting any of the camera angles that are directly facing the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Direct name.
They are. There is extra security on this particular house, which leads me to believe that they are also cracking down. But we can go and double check if we wanted to.
Who else were we not sure about? Family maybe working there? Was there anyone else, or was that basically everyone at this point?
There's a third person.
That's all that we have.
I don't remember her name.
That was Zin.
Yeah, Zen.
Then.
Do we know who filed her missing person report? Oh, it was her friend. We never did find her friend, did we?
Right.
No, we didn't talk to her. We just found the video
we found
she
her
posted on
social media site.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't know anything.
Well,
the stuff we're looking for
yes.
is not something she would know.
You found
she's not a family
found
member.
her social media account, which said that her and her family had basically gone in hiding on vacation because of the events of the previous day.
Right.
Gotcha.
So we wouldn't be able to find her even if we wanted to.
I feel like there's something like we're missing. That's blatantly obvious.
Could we potentially find Zen's Could we find Zen's like address though? Like, because although her friend reported her missing, maybe the parents, for whatever reason, are not secure like the other houses. I don't know.
I think it's fair to say that with your technology skill test, you're able to get the home address for both Zin as well as the Franco household.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's head over there, guys, and see if we can find another lead.
All right. Yeah, we're kind of coming up short a little bit.
So you guys are teleporting to which house?
Zen.
Zen's, as close to Zen's house as you can safely get us without being noticed.
Okay. Fantastic. So you guys teleport in down the street a fair ways. As you peer around like the corner of the street, you do see several SUVs parked in the street, making kind of like a defensive position in front of this house. You find yourself once again in the Kitaro Hills. So upscale, fancy house, fenced-in residence, a gate to the driveway, and standing in front of that gate is 4 men wearing suits. And they're standing shoulder to shoulder this time, which seems like a different positioning than the other security detail.
Bradward turns to Ricky and says, "Hey, Ricky, by chance, was the professor's address in the Kitaro Hills also?"
Was it? Do you remember?
Oh, that's a good question.
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So if we walk around, he probably doesn't tell you in the book, but can we just walk around the neighborhood and we see just like these
How many
black
houses
cars,
have black immigrant
just
security vans
everywhere?
in front of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do a as casual as possible stroll around the neighborhood, and really are able to just see these 3 houses have been affected. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe there's more information we can find in Zen's house, though, even if we have to try and get in like you did last time, Bradward.
Boy. Yeah, I mean, I could try if there's an opportune moment. I guess we could go check it out. Just not sure if I'm going to be able to find anything more useful than what we already have. I think...
Hey, Kevin here, button into the edit. So, this part of the stream, we went off on so many tangents, and it was just not good. So, if you want to listen to the whole thing, it'll be all on the Twitch channel. But I want to save you 10 minutes of time right now because we were just could not make a decision. So, and then if you want to hear Alex talk about what happened in this 10 minutes, that'll also be at the end of the VOD of that Twitch stream. It'll be part 5 of the Power Rangers. It was we were just overthinking everything. So I'm just going to skip right to the part where we actually pick what we're doing. So, yeah, here you go. Yeah. I guess we stake out this house, look for the same patterns that the other house had.
Okay. Let's say you guys get a little bit closer, because you guys are very far down the street at this point, trying to lay low.
Yeah.
You guys get a little bit closer, and when you get in eye shot of the house, so just like a couple houses down, you manage to avoid being spotted from a distance. Give me an alertness roll to try and see what you can observe about this house.
I will say I did find one rule. If you have a 0 in a skill, you automatically roll it with a snag. So you roll a d20 twice and take the lower.
Gotcha.
Where's my character sheet?
You lost it.
Alertness
Ooh,
is a
Kimmy.
d4.
Yeah, I'm not alert.
I think Kimmy was on her... I think Kimmy's upset about her phone being broke.
I am. I don't even see Windows anymore.
She doesn't know how to look without her phone.
Right.
So used to looking through the camera.
Right.
Kevin, you said you fumbled?
I did. And if I will read from the book. This is rolling a natural 1 on the d20 is considered a fumble and should have some kind of narrative description of a major mistake. In addition to the narrative drawback, the team should learn from these mistakes and also gain a story point.
Oh.
This is, I guess, is this a narrative drawback? I have no idea.
I don't think that what you're doing right now is going to affect the narrative that much.
Gotcha.
So I'm not going to give you a story point for messing up really badly here.
I didn't read. I didn't read that part until right now.
But what I'll say is, I think like you guys are all like trying to focus in and find some details about this house. So as you are like trying to focus in on it, maybe you like wipe some dirt into your eye. It's like sweaty, it's hot out. And let's just say you have some vision issues for a short while.
Okay.
Maybe the duration of this scene. I think that's your fumble. And then as far as everyone else, we have Bradward and Jesse with 15s. And Kimmy got a good old-fashioned 4.
Sure did.
So Kimmy, you take notice of Ricky, who just wiped some dirt right in his eye, and he's like, ow, oh, that hurts. And you get distracted by the pained look on Ricky's face. Our other two, you observe. You don't see. There's not a very convenient trellis next to an open window on this house, like there was on the last one. But as you guys are observing the house, you do take notice that the guards don't seem to have the same coordination that they did at the last house. And there just seems to be something off about them. Just a little off.
Bradward kind of nudges Mr. Jams and says, "Hey, Mr. Jams, do those security guys seem like maybe they're not quite all there or something?"
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Do they look like... Are they moving at all?
They're standing shoulder to shoulder. And they're not really walking around the premises. There's 4 of them. They're standing in front of the gate, and they haven't moved from that position.
And they're all just facing the same direction?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering, given past experience, if do you think that they're compressed into 2D space too?
They look fairly 3-dimensional from this angle. Guess we get closer and check them out.
Yeah.
There's definitely something hinky going on. And then Bradward turns around and kind of quickly fills Kimmy and Ricky in on what we noticed so that they can chime in.
Yeah, I'm trying to clean out Ricky's eyeball, and I'm like, why would you do that?
Stop. I'll get it myself. I need some water. Get some water.
I spit. No, just...
No!
Kimmy, don't you remember you're sick? Can't do that.
I'm sorry.
God damn it.
All right. I guess maybe we should
just walk up to these guys.
Well, walking up didn't really work out for us last time.
Well, we won't antagonize them this time.
You guys pay attention to them. And Bradward puts on his 80s style little Walkman headphones and pulls out his little old school iPod that has the jack in it, and he hits play on his playlist, and then pulls out his phone and looks like he's texting, and he walks right in front of the guys, not too close, maybe 5-10 feet from them, but he just walks straight through their eye line across the street to see how they react to him doing it.
Interesting. They don't move or make eye contact with you as you walk past.
Okay. So I kind of go down the road a little bit further and then kind of turn, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on them, and ridiculous as this sounds, I'm going to check to make sure they're actually 3D and not 2D cardboard standees.
So you cross over to the other side of the street?
Yeah.
Okay. You cross over to the other side of the street and walk down a couple of houses away, but close enough to where you can see them. And lo and behold, 3 dimensions.
Okay.
Oh.
They're still...
They're
people.
just weirdos.
So I make my way back without being too obvious about it to the group, and I tell them what I figured out, and it's yeah, it totally looks like they're still 3-dimensional, Mr. GM, so I think there's just something weird going on.
Maybe I
got
can...
some potpourri.
Gosh. I could maybe ask if they could give me directions. Maybe actually try and interact with them to see if...
Got it, Kimmy.
I'll go by myself this time, though, Mr. Jams. I think maybe when there's multiple people, they get a little more hostile.
Oh, yeah. Probably more convincing if you're by yourself looking for directions.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Yeah. And
you got this.
Kimmy is gonna just kind of like jog up to them and stop and just be like, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I kind of got turned around. Can you tell me how to get to the... What the hell's in this area? I assume I know an area, like something in this. Can you tell me how to get to the Starbucks? I'm dying for a coffee.
Okay, I'm gonna wind us back just a little bit.
Okay.
So as you approach, with the intention of this, like, totally awesome lie, that's totally not see-through at all.
No, not at all.
You walk up, and as you're approaching these security guards, out of the corner of your eye, you do notice that the front door of the house, which is a ways away, because this is like a gated house, right? Long driveway. The door is wide open. Seems a little suspicious. And as you get closer, even, you take notice of that, and then the words start to fall out of your mouth of like, "Hey, I got turned around looking for Starbucks." All in slow motion, right? This is all like Sherlock Holmes vision. You look over, and there's some like bushes in the yard side of the gate to this driveway. There's some bushes, and you happen to see a very naked leg hanging out of the bushes, as well as an arm hanging out of the other side of the bushes. And as you finish with your totally awesome lie that would never fail in any normal instance, these security guards lunge at you. And let's go to some initiative.
Whoa!
Okay.
Oh, baby.
Kimmy approaches, and these guys attack. So, obviously, you guys are able to react first in the order, but you were all taken by surprise, as you didn't see these security personnel as like an immediate threat. So we're gonna do a surprise round, which I am well versed in and an expert.
I believe you. You want me to bring up the rules for surprise?
I was really hoping it would be on my GM screen here. If you can find it first.
It's up there.
Let's see. When surprised, you cannot move, take an action. Wait a minute. The GM has the ultimate say who might be surprised if no one side of the conflict is being stealthy. Everyone is automatically considered to be aware of one another. I don't think that's the issue. The issue is we didn't know they were enemies until they attacked.
Yes.
Right.
Any character or creature that doesn't or cannot notice a possible threat is considered surprised at the start of the combat scene. When surprised, you cannot move, take an action, or roll any skill test on your first turn of the combat scene. So there's no surprise round. You just spend the first round as surprised.
Gotcha. Okay, so we skip over our off-screen boys, and we skip over Kimmy and go to the security personnel lunge and begin messing shit up. So this first one, security personnel, is going to move up. Yeah, he's going to move up, and he is going to attempt to punch you.
Nice.
Yeah?
I was just trying to get directions.
Yeah. And he's going to punch you. So this first one lunges and is just like trying to swing at you wildly, almost stumbling before like getting to you, and swings high and misses you. The next one runs up, swings again, trying to punch you. Let's try this.
This is bad.
Let's try this again. That's a miss. Swings wild. This one runs up, goes to swing. No specialization.
Man.
Not that thing. Going for the 12. Okay, this one might actually
I'm just
hit.
Keanu Reevesin right now. Like, I'm Matrix.
Well, he's got to roll another d4.
I know.
Misses
Yes.
once again. Fourth,
We're all
very inept security guard runs up and swings once again, trying to punch. And 12, and no thing. Misses horribly. Not even in the D4 range. Cool. So that takes us to the end of round 1, a round of surprise.
All right.
So, top of the order, Kimmy Jones. You got 4 security guards around you. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty turned on by myself right now because of how awesome I just missed all those.
All
What?
right, I'm going to go
Hey,
ahead and
she's a hormonal.
4 men in suits attacked you, and your initial response is, "I'm turned on now."
I'm at my ability to not get hit.
Ugh.
Anyway, I'm going to try and get out of being surrounded, so I'm gonna try and back up and I guess say, hey, it's morphin time or some shit. It seems like that's time for that,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
I'll give you a story point.
Okay. Cool. Hey, it's morphin time, everybody.
Yeah.
Bark, 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 bark,
Do I have to
bark,
do
bark.
something on my sheet?
I think there's a thing that you can check for morphed or something like that. But I
Yeah,
don't
it says
know.
it's more. It doesn't do
At the
anything
top.
as far as I could tell.
It's just a visual cue to let you know that you are morphed,
Oh.
so you don't forget.
Okay. Gotcha. And I guess that's it for me.
You can still do an action. You've moved and morphed. I'm not going to call morphing an action.
Okay. I'm gonna get my blade blaster out and poised for a shot.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Ricky, you are down the street, a couple houses down from a defensive position, and you see this unfold. How do you want to respond?
I obviously it's morphin time, and what is our speed? 25 feet. I found it. Don't mind me. I'm going to pull out my lunar lance, I think is what it's called. Yeah. And is that an action, I assume?
No.
And as I morph, it appears in my hand, we'll say. And I'm going to run 25 feet.
Yeah, you get closer.
I guess I would move another... Can I use my standard action to move more?
You guys were like a couple of houses down. I just put you on the map to save time later. You have not entered the scene yet. I would say you
I
probably...
moved myself back.
Yeah, I would say 2 move actions to run over. That would put you approximately where you're at in this scene.
Cool. I ran.
Cool.
So far.
Morphed and then ran across the street. That brings us to
baby.
Jesse Jams.
Kimmy, no! I pull out my morphing bacon, and I transform into the black lab that I am, and I also am in pursuit.
Awesome. And then that brings us back to these security guys. The first one steps back up to try and surround you once again, and he is coming at you swinging. So I'm just going to leave that at a 10, just for the sake of having to... Oh, buddy, baby. That's a 26? A 26 against your toughness?
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Ouch.
God damn.
I'm going to say, because that's a critical, so I'm going to give you... Attain a critical effect. Okay, here's what I'll say. I think that this guy punches you, just clocks you, and at this moment, for whatever reason, you happen to have the listening device from earlier. This slips out of your pocket or backpack, whatever you're carrying, and shatters on the ground. So not only do you take a point of blunt damage from this putty hitting you. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. From this thing hitting you, you also lose access to your technology that you got earlier.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just... Oh, man.
Really shouldn't leave her with tech anymore.
And then the next one moves in, swings again. Yet another hit. That's a 20 against your toughness.
Yep.
That's 1 more blunt damage. As the next one steps up and attacks. This one whiffs wildly, can't even possibly hit. And then this last one is going to step up. These guys are just wildly swinging, a lack of form altogether. And since I kind of ruined the surprise already, they're not really saying anything, but they're just going as they swing. This last one is a 12 to hit your toughness.
Exactly.
So that is exactly a hit. So that'll be 1 more blunt damage as this last one just comes up, just like windmill flailing his arms around and makes contact. That brings us to Bradward Beckett. It's your turn.
Okay. Well, having seen all of this happen, Bradward's just freaking out a little bit, but he gets himself under control, hits his morpher, yells, "It's morphin' time!" Transforms, and then double runs to get up to the fence line there with the other 2.
Awesome. That'll bring us to the top of the round. Kimmy, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna take another step back if I can, and I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess, just fire a shot at the guy directly in front of me with my blaster.
Your toughness should be higher when you're morphed. I think you get a +2 to your toughness when you're morphed.
Well,
There's
it doesn't
something with
automatically
armor.
update in the
There's
sheet.
something with armor.
Yeah. Your Power Ranger armor... the sheets don't update automatically.
+2.
That's the main
Yeah,
thing that we were
toughness is
complaining about.
+2. So take that last damage that you took. Take it away.
Yeah.
Your toughness is 14 when you're wearing your armor.
Okay.
Yeah, just remember, these sheets don't automatically update. They're not as fancy as the Marvel ones.
Okay.
So you gotta keep track of your bonuses.
I will try.
So, yes, that last one missed. Swinging wildly, accidentally backhands his friend.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use my blaster. So yeah, I back up and a specialization. Yeah, looks like that's a 15.
That is a hit. Yeah.
All right. And then.
What is the effect?
I don't know.
One
For sharp
should be
or
one
blunt.
I have one energy.
One energy. Okay. So you make contact with the security guard. It knocks the security guard back to the ground in like a splayed out pose, and starts to lose form. Turns into a gray body with kind of like a gross looking weird face, and then a moment later disintegrates into just like a puddle of, or not a puddle, but like a pile of dust and clay.
Okay.
So one of these guys has been eliminated.
All right.
So then we move on. It's Ricky Powers.
Sure is, boss. I think I need to still double move. I move 50 feet to get next to Kimmy, and I ready for whatever happens next.
All right. You get next to your teammate, and you guys gotta do like a Power Rangers pose since you get next to each other.
Yeah, I
back.
feel like my lunar lance is like double-sided because it does have like a double slash attack that I can do once per encounter. So it's like spinning it around.
Nice. And I start spinning my blaster.
Nice. Yeah, I love it. Awesome. It's on to Jesse Jam's turn.
Jesse Jams is going to pull out his Zeo power axes, spinning in both hands, and he's also going to double move and join this fabulous ranger pose.
Yes, and what pose are you doing as you slide into position?
As I'm sliding into position, I'm like spinning the axes around like they're pistols, I guess. I don't know. Some kind of flare, like they're drumsticks, you know. I slide in, and I'm like,
Awesome. Yeah, and then we are back to the security personnel's turn. At this point, you guys clock at the open door of the house across the yard. A couple more of these security guard personnel walk out of the house. They're pulling somebody along behind them. And as you guys look over, you see a clown walk out of the house, just like kind of strutting. It's this clown. It's got very like golden blonde hair in like these little like cones on the side of the head with like a little tuft on the top. White face, blue makeup around the eyes, very red lips. The clown kind of struts out, almost like comically, like does like a looks in at you guys, like head down, eyes squinting, and then looks over, reaches into a bag and throws some dust onto the person that they're pulling out of the house, who immediately turns into a two-dimensional object.
ooh.
and then the clown and the 4 security personnel that are at the front door of the house all just kind of like compact and teleport away, all within an instant. But these security guards that are in front of you still are attacking you with all of their fury. So they start swinging. This one's gonna step up and attack Ricky. Trying to just get a punch in there, and that's pretty high. That's a 20 to hit your toughness.
Ah! Where's my stuff?
That's what he yells.
14, same as Kimmy.
Okay, cool. So that's 1 blunt damage. As that,
I don't like that.
Hits you. This one's gonna step up and attack Kimmy once again, and that is.
Don't forget about story points, guys.
Yeah. That is a 22 to hit your toughness.
Uh-huh.
Are you still
horny? What do
horny?
you mean, don't forget story? No. I've been slapped. The horny's been slapped away.
Cool. This one's gonna step up and also try and slap ya. His windmill arms. These guys would be great in a mosh pit. That's another hit for 1 blunt damage on Kimmy.
Okay. Why did you remind us of story points? We can do something to fix.
You can do a bunch of stuff with story points. They're basically like the Deus Ex Machina of the game.
Okay.
You can spend a point.
On your turn.
Yes, on your turn. You can spend story points to re-roll any of your dice that have the value of 1 on it. You can roll a skill test as though it were specialized. So if you have a higher skill dice, like a D6 or a D8, you roll all of the dice leading up to that one as well as that die.
Okay.
You can add 5 to any defense before the results are disclosed. So if you have a big attack coming at you, you can say, hey, I want to spend a story point to not be killed.
Okay.
You can, like we did earlier, you can gain a minor piece of equipment or tool for the scene. There are story beats, some perks, game effects that require a story point to activate. And then the team can spend story points to get what's called a grid power bloom, which gives everybody a 1d2 personal power on like every roll, basically.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Little refresh there.
Nice. Bradward? Is that right?
Yes, it is Bradward's turn.
Alright, seeing everything that's going on, Bradward whips out his blade blaster, does a little flourish with it. And
excuse me while I whip this out.
One moment, please. And he's actually going to take a shot at this putty that's right in front of Ricky, because the blade blaster's range is 75 feet.
Hell yeah, love it.
So
hit me with your best shot.
Boom. 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
One energy. Boom. Hits him. Knocks him into his friend that's right next to him. And as he slumps down to the ground, changes back from security guard into gray putty man. And then crumbles into a pile of dust.
Heck yeah.
So you did one damage and it went down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So this one has been deleted. That takes us to the top of the round, unless you had any last minute things you wanted to do, Bradward.
I think I'll do a single move to get partway closer.
Yeah. Fantastic. According to Kevin, it's 25 feet, but it could be different for each character. I don't know if...
Oh, mine's 35.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
There we go.
And top of the order is Kimmy Jones.
Yeah, I imagine that if I shoot from here when they're right there, it's not going to be good. So I'm going to back up, even though the map doesn't show anything else, so that I can take a shot. If I move myself, I'll disappear. What should I do?
I don't think there's anything like attack of opportunity in the game, Steve.
Okay. Well, I think he just fixed it. So, alright, yeah. Thank you, Alex.
There, since you literally have to make everything as complicated as possible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So, after I, mess with the universe a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and blast this mother right in front of me. Be a 16, please.
That's a hit.
Excellent.
That's 1 energy damage. Just as you have seen
Yes.
2 times prior, you hit it, it reverts to being a putty, and then falls to pieces.
Excellent. That's all for me.
Awesome. On to Ricky. Ricky Powers.
I have reach with my weapon, so I'm going to attack from here. I believe reach times 2 is...
Yeah, you have a 10-foot range that you can hit.
Okay, so Lunar Lance uses finesse and does sharp 1, so it's D2. Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh-wee.
Ah! The 4.
Yes, so, I'm gonna imagine that, you are
all
trying...
these fancy moves and not hitting it, nothing.
I was gonna say, you're trying to manage this attack as Kimmy is trying to step back. So maybe you pull, a precise strike to avoid hitting Kimmy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me sound a little bit nicer.
Yeah, it makes
Instead
it
of
seem
just
a little...
wildly making myself look cool but not hit anything.
Exactly. Is that it for your turn?
Sure.
Awesome. On to Jesse.
Okay, move around. Let me show you how it's done and take a swing with my zero axes. Wherever the hell they went. There they are. I don't know what I got because I'm out of there again.
That's you got 18. That's pretty good. That is a hit. And this was with your might. This was a melee attack.
Yes.
Yeah, you slice through this guy who reverts to clay and then falls to pieces. You have defeated the immediate threat. And your adrenaline levels start to return to normal. Yeah.
Bradward's gonna run up here by the group and strike a pose with them. Be like, "Good job, team!"
I was like, I didn't do shit. And I unmorph sad.
Yeah, unmorph. Oh, don't be sad.
Being kids.
Do you remember how healing points works?
That's a question for me.
Yeah. Defeat and damage. Rules for healing.
You can rest for 6 hours to heal all damage and recover an essence point.
Recover. What is recovering in essence? Well, that's above our pay grade, I think, at this point. We haven't had to deal with that.
Essence is the term for your stats, like your like your I don't remember what the broader categories that your skills fall under.
Yeah.
So if you were to have
toughness, evasion, willpower.
Yeah, if you would have an effect that would like limit those numbers, you could recover that back, basically.
Okay. I was reading more of the rules, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm a Blue Ranger. There's a Blue Ranger tab. It's like, use idea points. I'm like, where is that? So I there's stuff in this book that I'm like, I don't know where this stuff is. It's very unorganized when reading it through Roll20.
Yes, 100%.
Which is why I don't like the fact that there's no PDFs for the Marvel game. You have to either do it on Roll20 or get the physical book.
Yeah. So you guys have defeated these putties. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna immediately run up to the naked person that's in the bushes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or was that... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you run up through this gate, push the gate aside, and you see that there are 4 mostly naked individuals that have been knocked unconscious and thrown into the bushes as a way of hiding them.
The actual security.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Try and wake their asses up. I don't have any water, apparently. Me?
Yeah.
I have 8 out of 12.
What?
What?
I have 3 hit points.
Yeah, I have 3
How do you have 3? I kept getting hit once.
How do you have 12 total hit points?
Yeah, Des, I think you messed something up.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Nobody has 12 hit points at this level.
Yeah, you should only have 3 total.
Hold on.
I kept waiting for her to fall unconscious.
Yeah. Hit points.
Right.
I'm so confused.
No, that was too long ago.
I thought it just populated it when we were creating these sheets.
Yeah.
Like based upon what class you chose.
On Dez's character sheet, it says 12.
Because we were super worried, and then we found out we're only dealing like 1 point of damage like each time. So it was like, oh, that makes more sense then.
Yeah.
The idea that 3 putties could barely make contact and knock me unconscious seems extreme. So I feel like, I had 12. Alex, what did you find?
Your character sheet currently says 12, but it can't be the case. It's not possible.
Well, then call me unconscious.
Well, what would have happened was you would have, when we were going to go down to 0, you would unmorph and go unconscious with 1 hit point. Is what would happen. That's how I read. That's how that works.
Okay.
Yeah, you were defeated, which knocked you out of being morphed.
Lame AF. I don't know. So I should be 1 out of 3 hit points right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's where I'm at.
Okay, so nobody's being roused. Dez is unconscious.
No? I thought you said 1. Oh,
you are
unconscious.
knocked unconscious and left at 1 hit point rather than being defeated.
Gotcha.
Oof.
Kimmy.
That kind of makes Bradward running up and striking a pose saying, yeah, team seem really insensitive.
Yeah, you're such a brat.
It was a delayed unconscious reaction.
We'll figure out what happened after the episode's over. So you're unconscious. We didn't see these bodies, so how does bringing a person from unconsciousness work in this game?
Um,
Conditions: unconscious. Let's find out.
Good question. Yeah.
I love how you always
unable to act.
answer your own question.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, I just have the definition of what it is to be unconscious. You're unable to act, move, or perceive the world around them. Attack tests against them gain edge, and a successful attack becomes a critical hit.
Well, the only way that I can tell is to have her rest for 6 hours.
All right, I'll take a nappy poo.
Alpha 5 is going to be so mad. It just says that all kinds of defeat, even death, is theoretically reversible. But basically, it doesn't seem like we have the means to do any sort of healing right now. It mentions something about a nanotech healing kit, which, I mean, we don't have, so.
Right.
So, yeah, have me sent back to command, but I was easily able to see, like, that the leg and the arm sticking out of the bushes when I got close to the house, so I imagine you guys would see it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, from this vantage point, you're able to see that. Okay.
No wonder I went in guns blazing, because I was like, yeah, I'm unstoppable.
One thing I do
Yeah.
want to mention is ranged attacks and close combat take a -1 dice shift. So you were correct in
Nice.
taking that 5-foot step back.
Cool.
Excellent. Yeah, let's advance the story. What are you guys doing?
Searching the area.
Bradward's going to go over and hit the wrist unit on Kimmy to send her back to the command center.
Yeah,
And then he's going to stand up and turn around and look towards the house and see what he sees.
yeah, and I'm like searching for more of these putty people, making sure they're not coming at us again.
Gotcha. You do not see any attackers or enemies in the immediate vicinity. You guys are able to spot the unconscious security guards in the bushes. As you look back at the house, you see that it's a single-story home. It's got large bay windows. The door's still wide open. Looks like there was a struggle that you could see part of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else that you're looking for specifically?
No, Bradward, assuming that being unable to revive his compatriot from unconsciousness, decides not to bother with the unconscious security guards and runs up into the front door.
Yeah, I was going to follow to the front door.
Okay. Yeah, you guys head up to the front door. The door is wide open.
Oh, okay. We'll peek in.
It's a house.
It's got bay windows. It's one story.
Got bay window. What do you? I mean, there's nobody in there waiting to pop out or anything.
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah.
And then, bam, you're unconscious and dying.
Yeah, I feel that.
Well, Bradward's going to risk it. He's going to just walk in and look around at the aftermath of the obvious struggle that happened here in this living space.
Yeah, you could see that, like, directly to the right when you walk in the door, there's a living room there. You see an armchair that's been overturned. There's a sliding glass door that leads out into the backyard. You see the kitchen in there. It looks like there's like some confetti that was left behind, possibly when the clown was present.
Okay.
You see nothing really out of the ordinary. You see another home office in this place. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm just going to... Having had the experience I had back at the Lopez residence, Bradward's just going to go straight towards that home office and see if the computer's still intact or if it's been damaged.
Gotcha. Yeah, you two walk through the home office. This one seems a little bit messier than the previous office that you searched. Not out of like struggle, but just out of
personal habit.
Yeah, personal habit.
Okay.
You do see another laptop on the desk. This one isn't hooked up to external monitors. Yeah. What would you like to do?
So, Brad was going to check again, hoping, Boomer, they wrote their password on a sticky note, and check the drawers, look around the desk for any hope of a password.
You look kind of in vain. You think back to the level of security that you've been dealing with Emergren security, and you think that maybe it's a detriment to your job to leave a password written on a sticky note somewhere.
Makes sense. Can always hope. There's always that one guy in the office that just doesn't follow the proper security protocols.
They have one of those in every video game.
Oh, yeah. So I think this time, because we are having seen everything that happened, being down a team member, and being desperate to, we really are under the time crunch now, because obviously things are moving. They kidnapped one of the parents. Brad was just going to grab the laptop and say, let's just take it back and give it to Alpha 5 to try and decode.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do that. I like that.
So,
can I find Zen's room? We're at their house, right? That's whose house we're at?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Just to skim through it, see if there's anything out of place or something that we can look at.
Down one of the hallways, you find a room which you would assume is a teenager's room. There are pictures of Zen with her friend. Nothing seems really out of the ordinary here as well.
Okay, and then I'll walk out.
All right.
And if it's nothing seems out of the ordinary.
So
I feel like we found everything that we're gonna find here, guys. We should get that stuff back and check on Kimmy.
You're right, Mr. Jams. And Bradward pulls up his wrist and nods at everyone, and then back to command center.
Winnie wheel.
You teleport back to the command center, and we'll see you next week.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Thank you to Sirenscape for helping us immerse you into the worlds we explore with amazing music and sound effects. Check them out at Sirenscape.com to add them to your adventures as well. And thank you to our patrons for helping fuel us throughout the galaxy. We sincerely can't thank you enough for your continued support. If you'd like to become a patron or find out more about us, visit www.adventureawaitspod.com. We'd love to have you aboard. Until next time, adventurers.